Welcome to another episode of Double Time, a show that respects the viewer's time by utilizing YouTube's increased playback speed feature. These episodes will be raw, witty, and minimally edited, perfectly suited for viewing at double speed. So have no fear, just click that gear, sit back, and enjoy. Hello everyone, it's the Canadian Wi-Fi here. Welcome back to another episode of Plants vs. Zombies. I got a different part of the theme because I've left the game running a little bit. Anyway, today we're going to be taking on World 3. Man, that laugh starting off every video is going to get pretty annoying, won't it? Looks like the zombies gave up attacking your front yard. Now they're trying your backyard. You can't even use your mushrooms because they fall asleep during the day. Well, isn't that just dandy? So, as you can see over here, we got the Ducky Tube Zombie, aka zombie that comes in the water lanes. And we can't plant anything in the water lanes without a lily pad, so it's going to be critical. In fact, I don't think you can beat this level. Maybe you could with Cherry Bomb, but let's not get into that. But yeah, you can't bring any of the cool new mushrooms we just got because they're asleep during the day. They're nocturnal. So it's back to the good old days. I suppose instead of let's do that. So the music is different for World 3, and I really like it. So the thing is, these lily pads actually cost 25. They're not freebies like the mushrooms were during the night. So you have to be mindful of that. If something's coming in the water lane and you don't have enough to stop it, well, you're kind of SOL. We might as well get some more lily pads going. They do give you a nice long startup here where you don't have to worry about anything. So yeah, I think we're gonna go with that. That should be enough. Another one of those right there. Another pot mine. And then as soon as that zombie gets to where he's going, we can plant our 6th sunflower. And that's another thing too, is you have to remember, is that instead of having 5 rows of sun, we're now gonna have 6 because the backyard is 2 pool lanes, so they kept it symmetrical, and now it's 6 lanes instead of 5. So yeah, interesting to note now that just doing your back row of sunflowers will get you more sun than you're used to, which is pretty nice. I think we're just gonna do a line of repeaters and see how she goes. Just need one more, and then that repeater will easily take care of the bucket head. And I don't think we have anything too wild coming our way, so. Something I can talk about today actually is, so today is Friday the 9th, and my birthday. I always make a birthday video. I don't know if I'll be able to this year. Maybe I will. But I'm turning 23. And, yeah, that has something to do with the point that I was gonna make. Just on an aside, it's my birthday coming up. Yeehaw. I was editing part 1 the other day, and I noticed, which I thought kind of was interesting, is that this game, even if you full screen it, in the background, it's actually only still 400 by 800, 4:3 aspect ratio. Or no, that wouldn't. Whatever. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, here we have a cone head in the water. Duck tube. I don't think you can plant potato mines in the water. Yeah, can't be planted on lily pads. Makes sense. But I can throw some screenshots up, I suppose, maybe with a little transparency. Man, you think my commentary was bad last time? I just find it a little bit interesting. Even if you click full screen on Camtasia, it'll acknowledge the fact that full screen means just the window that Plants vs. Zombies is taking up. So if you play Plants vs. Zombies in windowed mode, it'll be 800 by 600 or whatever it is. But if you play it in full screen mode, Camtasia still acknowledges that it's only recording 800 by 600 and just I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Like I said, I'll throw a screenshot up and it'll kind of illustrate what I'm talking about. But I mean, it doesn't matter to me as long as the footage and the audio is being recorded in some way. Also, as you can see on Final Waves, kind of like gravestones, zombies can come up out of the middle of the water, which makes things a little bit tricky at times. But I mean, we can just put one of these here and wipes out most of our problems. Yeah, no, like, I was a little nervous when I saw that, because I'm like, oh no, like, part 1 didn't record properly, are you kidding? But it's like, no, it's all there. I just bumped the microphone with my headset, but it's all there, it's just, you kind of have to crop it oddly, and, I don't know, it was worth mentioning, I suppose. 1 level's worth of mention time. So, now we have the squash. Squashes zombies. Nice, easy, self-explanatory items. We've got football guys, newspapers, bucket heads, we've got the whole works. We're definitely going to bring the squash. It's probably going to be a staple because it's only 50, just like the cherry bomb. It's a TSPP, it OHKOs a zombie. So lily pad, sunflower, repeater, let's bring snow pea, cherry bomb, and squash. Works for me. I really like the World 3's background music though, it's phenomenal. So, the only thing preventing me from uploading part 1, as of right now, is the fact that I kind of want to do like a throwaway intro on the start of some of my videos, and by that I mean have like a 5-second welcome to, and then I don't know, I think the series is going to be called Double Time, which is super lame, but it needs to have a name. But I mean, like, yeah, welcome to Double Time, best viewed at twice the speed, I don't know, I still have yet to work out what I'm gonna say. But I looked back at it and it's like, well, this video is an hour long, and like uploading an hour-long video without explanation is kind of blasphemous. Like, most people aren't gonna watch that. It's a long fucking video. So even just like a little heads up, like, hey, this is a series that's meant to be viewed at double speed. For them new guys that stumble upon my channel and are wondering what the hell's going on, it at least adds, I don't know. It's my channel, I can do what the hell I want. I could just upload it without it, but like, I almost feel like I owe it, just like, hey, why the heck is this video so long? It has like, because the thing is, it's like I totally underestimated how long this game was. I'm like, oh, it'll be like a 5-6 hour game, 5-hour long videos, and it's like, the World 3, 4, and 5 are like 2 hours apiece. Like, World 1 may only be 40 minutes, but World 2 was an hour. World 3 is gonna be like an hour and a half. World 4 is close to 2 hours long. So it's like, you can't just upload a 2-hour long video. So I think I am actually gonna start splitting it up, like I was, like other people have done. And I mean, it only makes sense. So I would do like 3.1 to 3.5, and then 3.6 to 3.10, and they'd be 2 separate videos. I think it's a better way to do it as well, because like, obviously the hour-long videos are fine, because if you speed them up times 2, then they're just 30. Oh, nice! Mini games are unlocked. Play them from the main menu. That's excellent. It's got like a cool little drop there instead of a coin. So the problem is with these guys is that you can't just put a potato mine in the water. What you can do actually, and I'll just do this to show, is that you can put a squash down. And the squash works on the lily pads. And the squash is one of my favorite TSPPs because it just looks so funny. Yeah, no, I definitely want to toss some kind of like, hey, you can watch this at regular speed, but you honestly should be watching it at double speed. Like, it was kind of designed with that in mind. Don't be surprised if these videos are an hour or so, because like I said, if you watch them at double, it's 30 minutes. I know I could do the same with Mario Kart 8, and like I could upload like an hour-and-a-half long video of Mario Kart 8, and people would either pick away at it at their own rate, or they could watch it at double speed. But it's like, that's so rude to do to the viewer. Why not just make 3 videos? Because a lot of people, they'll see a 3-hour video and they're like, I'm not watching that. That's crazy. But if you split it up into 5, 40, math is really hard. 25, 27 and a bit, 30, maybe 2.5, 40. Math on the fly with your boy. If you split the video up, it would be a lot more approachable for some viewers. By the way, these guys have 65 HP. The bucket has 55 health. Oh, come on, finish him off. One more! Ooh! Lost a repeater out of that. Alright, so... bucket heads will not go down to just a repeater. Today I learned. I feel like that's a deliberate design choice by the game devs. That it requires more than just a repeater to take down a bucket head. Because their health does seem kind of arbitrary. Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, I've been doing YouTube for how long, and I still don't even know how to make videos, apparently. It's always a learning process. And I mean, I guess that's what really makes YouTube so fun. We're gonna get another seed slot upgrade at the end of this level, because I just got $5,000, which is pretty awesome. Means we're gonna be able to hold an extra plant per level, so we're probably gonna bring exactly this, plus whatever we get at the end of this level. You get one more stun, our defense will be complete. That's a pretty impenetrable defense, if I do say so myself. But it's like, you know the basis of YouTube, like, because I watch YouTube myself, and it's like, if I see like a 2-hour video in my sub box, I have to think twice before watching it. If I see like 12 minutes, I'm like, whatever, I don't really care, I'll watch that. So it's like, if you make it more accessible and more appealing to your viewers, then more people will watch it. But then it's like, how much do I care about that, I guess? Like, I'm certainly not splitting all these up into hour or like 10-minute long videos, so it's like, I think the best course of action for these Plants vs. Zombies videos is to do them either a world or a half world at a time. And you guys can do with the content as you will. Avoid it, watch it, split it up yourselves. Oop. As we have a football player, and I assume the football player is just gonna die, so I'm not even gonna worry about him. There should be enough shots. I'm actually kind of curious. I'm gonna see if a Snow Pea and a repeater can take out a football player. I think they can. I believe the football player has exactly as much speed as a buckethead. The only difference is that the football player runs, obviously, which makes them a lot more deadly. So it has 65 hits. So it's at double the speed. It's at the speed of a regular buckethead, right? Because they slowed it down. So we're gonna have to squash it. Huh. That's interesting to note. So a slowed down football player / a regular buckethead will not make it all the way. This is a plant that I really don't like, to be honest. It's more expensive than 3 Peashooters. It's a 3-peater. Shoots peas in 3 lanes. You'd think it would be like, wanna buy an extra seed slot? Yep. Absolutely would love to. Thank you. Thank you very much. So now we have snorkel zombies, which I believe swim under the water and only come up to eat a plant, which means you're gonna need something that can kill the snorkel zombie very quickly, because the only time it ever exposes itself is when it's already eating your plant. So we're gonna take that, and that, and that, and that, and I suppose we're gonna take the chomper? If we can leave something off, yeah, let's leave off the cherry bomb. We can take chompers and walnuts. Ready, set, plant. This is definitely going to be a level where we do 2 rows of sunflowers, though, because those 3 Peters are fucking expensive. I guess I can go into the reason why I don't really like them. Instead of being what could be the best plant in the game, which would just be a repeater that shoots 3 peas, which would be crazy good. Oh, I forgot to bring... Ooh, that's interesting. Do I actually have a way to kill that thing, other than squash? No. Alright, well, it's gonna be sitting, yeah, I totally forgot to get, I totally forgot to get, potato mines. Whoops. Can you just leave a squash sitting there? Yeah, you can. Cool. I totally forgot whether that was feasible or not. So these first, this first little bit's gonna be a lot of sunflowers and a lot of squashes, which doesn't recharge that quickly. I might be in a bit of trouble here. Let's put down a walnut. And once we get to 150, you can put down a chomper. You can put down a squash right there. Cool. Alright, let's start stockpiling that sun. So the thing about the 3-peater, like I said, instead of being like a really, really good repeater, which would be 3 peas, but slightly more expensive because, and that's fair, I mean at that point you're roll compressing so much that it should cost you a little bit for such a good plant. Instead, I kind of have to make up my mind. I'm going to put a squash down. I haven't fully committed yet to a strategy here. We're going to walnut there. Okay, so once we get a 3-peater, I'll put it out and show you what it does. I mean, you already read it. It shoots peas in 3 lanes, which is kind of neat because what it allows you to do is put just a 3-peater in row 2 and row 5, and it'll cover all the rows, but let's put it down here. And as you can see, if there's anything in any of these rows, the bottom 3, it'll be shooting. However, it only fires at the rate of a Peashooter. So you can't really rely on it to cover the row that it's in. It's like putting one of those down is like having a Peashooter in 3 rows. So yeah, it's roll compression because instead of having 3 Peashooters, you have 1 plant that acts as 3 Peashooters. But it's really hard to make a defense around it for that reason. Like, it'll take out that zombie because, like I said, it acts like a Peashooter. But I guess what I'm saying is it's hard to recommend it because why wouldn't you just put down 2 repeaters and then have more peas? I don't know. Like, I'm sure there are strategies that would make it work. Could challenge myself to be forced to use it, which would be kind of interesting. Like, as you can see, I haven't even paid attention to the pool lanes yet, and it's just the 3-peaters that are taking care of it for me, which is pretty nice. Like, I'm gonna try putting snow peas in the water lanes here. Because what that'll allow me to do is slow down anything in the water lanes so that the 3-peaters have more chances to hit them, which I think is pretty hot. And we might as well put out another 3-peater, and then we can put a walnut in front of it. Try to protect my 700 sun worth of plants right there. So this top row is gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4 peas shooting at it, even though there's only 1 plant in that row, which is pretty good. So yeah, as you can see now, what we have is these snorkel zombies, which only come up. There's a bit of a waste there, but they only come up. So as you can see, they can swim under all the enemy fire. So what I'm actually going to do is, my original plan was to put chompers on this, and then walnuts in front of them. Because otherwise, You just needed something quick and instant to kill them. Because what'll happen now is this guy will come up to eat the walnut, and he'll be stuck eating the walnut, and he'll be slowed and killed by the three Peters and the snow peas. And if anything does get through, like a conehead, the chomper will be there. But they're definitely a good wrench. As I said, this game starts throwing wrenches in your plans, and zombies that can basically swim under your fire and only come up to eat plants. It's definitely one of those really good wrenches in your plan. You're like, well, crap, what do I do about that? That's tough. So at this rate, I mean, I don't want to dig up that repeater, but I think another 3-peater would be beneficial. Although, I bet you if I did the math, it wouldn't even matter. We have 1,000 sun right now, so I mean, like, fuck, let's just start putting things out, right? Why not? Throw out another 3-peater. We got the sun to do it. You toss out another 3-peater right there. Maybe another sunflower. Or lily pad, rather. It was a heck of a final defense. Look at this yard. Nothing's getting through that. Anyway, let's get a squash down. So this is a really cool plant. This is basically the potato mine, just a water version of the potato mine. It pulls a zombie underwater. It is the tangle kelp. And it's quite interesting how this game works. It doesn't give you the tangle kelp before the snorkel zombie. It forces you to deal with the snorkel zombie once, and then gives you an easy way out, so that you know of 2 ways to deal with it. But I think that's my only problem with the 3-peater, is that it's not a bad plant, it's just a very expensive plant for what it does. If it was like $250, I think it would be reasonably priced, maybe a little cheap because there'd be some good strategies with it, but at $325 it just costs so much sun that you're forced to do 2 rows of sunflower, and that limits your strategies quite a lot. So I guess we'll stick with this. I mean, like, this is pretty much the best plants we have at the moment. All the rest of them are asleep. You don't need a Peashooter if you have the repeater. You don't need the 3-peater if you have the repeater. You don't need the walnut unless you have the chomper. You don't need the chomper unless you have the walnut. So this is pretty much the best we got. This is Plants vs Zombies. So how I normally do it is I start by tossing out some tangle kelp right there. It recharges at the same speed as the potato mine, as you can see, so you can do one of those. Still toss down another sun. And that guy's just gonna drag down the first zombie that comes across, so it's basically a potato mine, but it's important too because the potato mine can kill any zombie, as can this, but there are certain zombies that cannot be killed without the tangle kelp. As you saw, the snorkel zombies will get dragged down by this. There's no zombie on the land that digs under everything, right? I mean, squash isn't even that expensive. Let's put a squash out like right there, and then we don't even have to worry about row 5. It's got TSPPs lining the back as we plant sunflowers. Should we go for more? Let's put in 2 more sunflowers. That'll give us 8 sunflowers. Only, like, the backyard is pretty incredible, just on the fact that it has 6 rows instead of 5, which doesn't seem like a big deal until you realize that that's a whole extra, like, probably 150 to 200 sun you get during a round. As you can see, actually, this level has 3 flags. I was mentioning that earlier, that some levels later on are gonna get 3 flags going. This is actually one of them. So we might as well put out more squash, get some more toilet paper. I can't believe I just said that. I think at this point Yeah, that guy will die. Yeah, good. He picked the right row for me. I don't know how much Tangle Kelp we want to get back here, to be completely honest, because like at some point we're going to need to actually build a defense here. I probably should have put these more out here. Would have helped us a little bit better. But as for right now, let's just put in a row of repeaters along here. Maybe a Snow Pea as well. Because, I mean, now that they're out there, I might as well use them. There's no reason not to. Let's put one of those there. Kind of like making the strategy up as I go on the fly. I think we're going to have 2 repeaters and a Snow Pea. And what that'll be is 4 plus 5 hits, but it'll be slowed down, so it'll act as 10 hits per round, or you know what I mean. I've explained this once. As you can see, the Tangle Kelp just worked out there and dragged us a zombie down. And I think once that one gets taken out, we'll put one out here at the front. Another repeater. As soon as these zombies go down, we're gonna get that huge wave, so just trying to save up some sun. Maybe get a few more Snow Peas out there. I mean, heck, maybe we can get one of these out there too. Help us out a little bit. Because what's gonna happen is there's gonna be zombies coming up from right there too, and these rows have nothing on them but Tangle Kelp, so as soon as that recharges, I'll put another one right there. Oh, it's not even gonna wait, huh? Interesting. I guess I waited too long and it just triggered. It said, fuck you, you're waiting too long. So we can finally get some defense out here on the water lanes. Heard that big coin, I went searching for it. Yeah, until I'm threatened here, this defense seems pretty solid. I'm getting just enough sun to keep up with the demands. Don't think anything will ever break through this. I don't remember if there were like footballs or anything like that, zombies, but you might as well always be putting out Tangle Kelp. Like, there's not really a reason not to, especially when certain zombies are just instantly eliminated that otherwise would be huge problems. But now we have pretty much every row except for one taken care of. Mind you, that row has nothing on it. Just need 3 more sun though, and then we can take care of that too. And there we go. Oh, I was really hoping I put that down. You saw me waiting there, waiting for him to get past so that it didn't immediately activate. It's actually pretty remarkable just how expensive the setup I have is. I was just talking about how expensive 3-peaters were and how I didn't really want them. Yeah, you can get out of my sight. Now the real trick is going to be when they start throwing more, as you can see, our defense is pretty much done now and it's only a second wave. The problem is when they throw 3 or 4 of these snorkel zombies at you at a time. I mean, then you're really in the shitter, because these recharge really slow. But as you can see, I can slow them down with the Snow Pea, because they take a second to run up and jump into the pool. Now obviously that doesn't mean much, because they're still going to be fast by the time they come over here. The slowing effect wears off. but I don't see anything getting through this defense at this point. If it does, it would be on the water roads. I'm actually not sure how the lawnmower works on the water roads. I would assume that it doesn't clear out the water row. I would assume that it just falls right in. Which makes them even more dangerous. But as you can see, like, this level's super long. This level's been going on for like probably 7 or 8 minutes at this point. And that's what the levels end up being closer towards the end of the game. So I was pretty naive saying that this was going to be like a 5-hour Let's Play. I'm just kind of waiting for, as you can see, the snorkel zombie's going to jump in. And he actually dodged the snow pea that time. He jumped over the snow pea, which is pretty funny actually. So that's what I was trying to show you, is that if the snow pea does see a snorkel zombie, as you can see there, it happened. He got nailed with a snow pea, so he's nice and slow. Which I guess gives more time for the tangle kelp to recharge, but that's a super temporary solution. As you can see, now there's multiple at the same time, and it's going to be a real problem when they get up towards the front. So I'm going to try that, but it can only, it actually, I thought it actually dragged down both zombies, but I mean, you can put out lily pads for them to munch on, and the lily pad for them to munch on is normally enough for it to die, as long as you have a quick enough setup. So I mean, we might as well just put out 2 of those. Maybe a squash here. Squash probably should have been on that lily pad, because it would have killed off 2 zombies. And I knew, just like the graves, like I mentioned, they do come up out of the water. But let's just get them right out of there so they can start focusing on these guys back here. This guy should die right away, especially because his eating gets slowed down by the snow pea. That's what's saving me there. That he comes up to eat, and then he would normally eat through that lily pad and go back down, but the snow pea slows down his eating enough that he doesn't. And just make this symmetrical for y'all real quick. We end up getting a key, not a plant, but a key. Now we can visit Crazy Dave's shop. It's Crazy Dave's car key. Hey, I found my car key! Now, this is pretty interesting. See if you can't find something you like. So, the next slot upgrade is 20,000 coins, and that's going to be 9 slots, which I think is the final one. But, obviously that's pretty far off, as we just got $1,000. The pool cleaners, as I was just saying with the lawnmower, I totally remembered that correctly, is the lawnmower just falls into the pool. It doesn't actually clean the lane, but the pool cleaner is basically the lawnmower of the pool. So it wouldn't even be a bad idea to get. The garden rake takes out the first zombie that steps on it, and it lasts for 3 levels. So it's basically taking a potato mine. I mean, I'll buy it. I might as well. We'll buy that, and we'll buy the pool cleaner for now. It's basically a potato mine without having to bring the potato mine. I never really liked it, but I might as well show it off. Then we have seed upgrades. These are interesting. They take up a slot, aka when you're picking the level, you have to pick them, and they take up a seed slot. However, they upgrade your normal plants beyond their normal capabilities. So if you can justify 2 slots and the sun that it'll cost, then these might be worth it. This turns your repeaters into Gatling peas, which shoots 4 instead of 2. And these turn your sunflowers into double sunflowers, which gives twice as much sun. So you can have just 1 row of twin sunflowers at the back, and it gives you 2 rows worth of sun every time. However, they take so long to set up, it might not even be worth it for you. Funny thing happens during the zombie process. Sometimes they get real little. So as you can see, we have tiny little zombies here for level 3-5. Like, as I've mentioned before, I think this is walnut bowling again. I can't believe this counts as one of my levels. Technically, that's the first zombie, so he's gonna get taken out by the rake. I want my money back, Crazy Dave. So that's what's gonna happen to the first zombie of every level. Oh wow, we have Peashooters here too. Good thing I didn't think this was walnut bowling. Man, wouldn't I look silly? I would like something other than just walnuts, because right now we don't have much of it. I mean, they have to give you lots of lily pads, otherwise we just have to get rid of all these guys. Otherwise we're in for a rotten surprise when you get like 8 zombies chewing on a walnut. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a few more Peashooters, guys. Come on, we have like a whole fuck ton of zombies coming. Or are we... Is this level? Where it's nothing but walnuts and cherry bombs? Because if so, that's kind of a cool level. I don't know how much I like that though. There we go, another Peashooter. Let's go with this top row up here. Alright, we gotta get something on each row. There we go. Okay. A huge... We're already halfway down the level, apparently. So, we have no defense on 3 of the rows. Yeah, I'm gonna give a hard no to that one, and a no down there as well. And at this point, I guess that's this level, is just Cherry Bomb Ho. That was really silly, I should have got them as well. I'll wait on those. I will no longer wait, because we have 3 football players all chilling. I wonder if these Peashooters do double damage because they're big. That'd be kind of funny. Hopefully that guy just dies. Nice, okay, it is one shot. This is a very interesting level. I kind of like this. It's an interesting take. Walnuts, Peashooters, and cherry bombs. I don't think one row is in more danger than any of the others, so... Nice, I got rid of those 2 divers over there. It seems like the football players are the bigger worry, and they're on land, so I'm going to worry about the land rows before I worry about any of the water rows. Now we have enough to take out most football players, which is pretty nice, and just in time for the big wave of zombies. Once again, I'm going to make this all nice and symmetrical for you guys. See, I'm a good YouTuber. There we go, look at that. Nice little symmetrical backyard. Look at that. Beauty. Oh, one more. Yeah. Look at that. I somehow ended with a perfectly symmetrical back fucking yard, boys. We got one of the cooler items in the entire game. Do you like lawnmowers? This is your lawnmower. This destroys an entire lane of zombies, as in like an entire row. I suppose lane is a better way to describe it, but you put it down and it's basically a cherry bomb, but instead of doing an area of effect, it's a lane. I'm scared to check how long I've been recording. I suppose it wouldn't be too hard. I do have a phone in my pocket. It's been 45 minutes, so I'm going to call the video there. Next time we're going to take on 3.6 to 3.10. Otherwise, this video is going to end up being like an hour and 45 minutes, and nobody's going to watch that. So, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been the start of the backyard pool party. I've been your host, Icy Grapes, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!